it's JoJo, and this is me playing the Pokemon trading card game online. I was playing an opponent that had my weakness, which was water, and he also had the advantage, which meant he had a better win rate. And I won the coin toss, so I get to go first. Starting off, I did not get a basic Pokemon, so I had to mulligan, and he gets a choice to draw a card. So I was just sitting here waiting for him to do his thing because he was taking his sweet time. But you can tell by my deck sleeves and my deck box that I was running a fire deck with a Charizard in it. There's a couple of them, a couple Charizard EXs. The new Charizard, he's pretty good in that new starter deck, so I took two of those and just threw them right in. Starting off, I had a Lit Leo. Evolves into Pyroar, which is pretty much what I use to win this game. What Pyroar does is you cannot be attacked by basic Pokemon, which is pretty good because a lot of GX cards, EX cards, a lot of strong cards like that Magikarp and the Wailord right there. It's a pretty strong card with 300 HP, so not being able to be attacked by that is a really good thing. And starting off, I get a Charizard EX, which knows Stoke, which is a really good thing to get on your first turn because you can flip a coin of heads, you can add 3 more energies, and you'll be ready to attack the second turn. And then that Evo Soda down there is actually another good card that will help me evolve the Charmander. Now I can really explain what my opponent's doing, but it doesn't really matter because the only things I have to worry about is the Squirtle and the Piplup because those can evolve. Once they're not basic Pokemon, those can wipe out my Pyroars, so I'm just thinking I gotta get rid of those. I don't have to worry about that really, really strong card that has an energy on it. And my opponent has no idea what's gonna happen to him because he's throwing out a Palkia GX, and I'm not really afraid of that one either. And a Timer Ball, that was a really good card to draw because now I can actually pull out a Charmeleon with that Evo Soda. So what I did there is I started with another Lit Leo, that way I'll have 2 Pyroars out, and neither the Palkia or the Magikarp and the Wailord won't be able to attack me. So right now I was in a really good spot. And then I use the Timer Ball, that way I can get that Charizard out. Which this Charizard, what it does is his Pokemon ability, he can do 20 damage to itself, then you get to search your deck for 2 fire energies and put it on Charizard, and then his attack, you discard all energy cards on him, and it does 50 damage times the amount of energies discarded. So that's a really good card. He doesn't really have to have any energy on him to be efficient. He can start off with no energy, use that ability, and just wipe through anything that's strong, and it's kind of irritating to have out, so. So right now he's using a Blastoise that's actually in the starter deck for the Team Up new set that just came out. And his ability, you get to search your top 6 cards. If there's an energy, you get to attach them to any of your Pokemon. Either way you want it, I guess. I was a little confused why he put the Articuno out because I didn't know what it did right away. But it is a basic Pokemon, but I can be affected by attacks of basic Pokemon. I can't just do damage. So he was just trying to irritate me and make me discard a couple energies, but the way my deck works is I can just bring them right back with certain cards anyway, so. Evolving that second Pyroar definitely put me in a good spot right there. I'm just using the Charizard ability, that way I can probably just use it again the next turn if I need it, and I can wipe out a bigger HP Pokemon. There he goes with the Blastoise ability again. Searching for those 6 top cards, hoping that their energy is going to displace them pretty much wherever he wants on his Pokemon. I can tell you this guy was pretty irritating to play just because he'd always play these cards, make you wait and wait and wait. And that was a good card to pull. Get to take 2 fire energies from my discard pile and put them on a Pokemon. And what I did was switch with the Charizard. Because that one Pokemon right there, it can evolve, and that's one thing I didn't want to worry about knocking out my Pyroar. Because he does have my weakness, everything does ×2 damage to every single one of my Pokemon, so gotta knock that out. So I only have 2 other Pokemon I have to worry about, because the Piplup can evolve all the way to Empoleon, which that's a really good card. I think it does 20 damage times the amount of bench Pokemon, and you multiply that by 2 because he has my weakness, so gotta get that Piplup, and I have to knock out that Blastoise, otherwise I'm gonna pretty much lose. Which he brought out that Wailord to defeat my Charizard, because that is a problem. It can pretty much sweep teams if you don't get rid of that Charizard. So he was doing step 1, get rid of that Charizard, and then he was going to worry about the Pyroar second. Which I was just playing a waiting game because I have no energies to attack. So I was playing on the defensive side. And he was really thinking, just waiting, dragging the game out. And I was thinking about playing that stadium card, but what happens is if you play a stadium card and someone else plays a stadium card, it gets rid of your stadium. And I know these water guns have that stadium card where he heals the damage. So I was hesitant of playing it, and then I would have my stadium card that helps me. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll just wait a couple turns and I'll play it. And see if he has a stadium, which of course the next turn he plays a stadium, so that was a good call. Just thinking ahead, and that definitely helped me out. Using that Blastoise ability. If he was smart, he would have put water Pokemon in that Blastoise, because that Blastoise can destroy those Pyroars. But for some reason, he just keeps putting them on these EX and GX cards. You know, yeah, they're shiny, but they're basic Pokemon. You can't knock out those Pyroars. I don't understand. He has 9 energies wasted, pretty much. So right here, I bring out the Pyroar. And he's not able to attack me, so I was like, yeah, I'll just throw it out. And it's pretty much sacrificing that first one, because he can retreat and put out the Piplup, but I needed something to kill his really, really strong card he's about to pull out, so. Which actually surprised me he had that card to switch my Charizard out, but then again I didn't really need it. It had no energies on it. He's gonna one-hit kill it, so... He kind of pretty much hurt himself switching that Pyroar back, because he could have just retreated and killed it with that before he just pulled out. So I'm not sure why he brought that EX out. He's probably hoping for the 2 extra prize cards he just got for knocking out an EX, but in reality, if he retreated, brought out that Empoleon, and wiped out my Pyroar, he probably would have won the next 2 turns. But instead, well, he helped me out, so. What I did was I played that Pyroar Break, which it's another evolution card, and I can use the previous attacks of that Pyroar still, so I can do up to 180 damage, which is pretty good. I can wipe out that Empoleon with that. I just need 2 more energies. And he used that Blastoise ability again to add more energies on a basic Pokemon, so the only thing I really have to worry about at this point is that Empoleon and that War Turtle. Because he does times 2 damage, even that little War Turtle could hurt me, and that Blastoise, of course, but for some reason he's using the Blastoise ability and not putting the energies on the Blastoise. And at this point I'm just like, oh my god, come on. And oh my god. I got a card I did not think I would get. So I can use that, take 2 energies out of my discard pile, and throw it right on that Pyroar, but I wasn't going to let him know I can do that right away. Because I want him to put that Empoleon out, because I have like about 15 energies in my deck right there, and he has like more than that on those Pokemon. So I was thinking in my head, there's no way he can use that Blastoise ability and get 3 energies on that Blastoise. Which he uses the ability and he doesn't put the energy on the Blastoise, which that would have helped him win the game. But then again, I have no idea, and he's showing his frustration when all he had to do was put those 2 energies he just took out right on that Blastoise. It made no sense why he did that. And he is, I'm not trying to discredit him because he does have a better win percentage. He did have the advantage before me. So I don't know if he was just overthinking the situation, maybe. But this is where I play that fire. Energy, let's go. Get 2 of those. I'm going to wipe out that Empoleon. And I was just praying, I'm like, please do not have another water energy, because that War Turtle can do some serious damage if he gets those. Same with that Blastoise. But those other 3 cards, no, I wasn't worried about them. So I was like, oh no. He only needs 1 more energy. But he had none in his deck. So I'm just thinking, I can't wipe this out because he might have something to take energies out of his discard pile and stuff like that. And at this point I realized I stood a chance, so I started using emojis and stuff. So right now I was in a really good spot. I wasn't about to attack that Blastoise, because right when I knocked it out, that tool he added, he can just add those energies right onto another one of those Pokemon, and that War Turtle would probably wipe me right out. So now I'm just using the little emojis and stuff just to like tease him, make him mad. Because I know at this point he can't beat me. So I'm like, oh my god, you're going to do that? Oh my god, I'm going to lose. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna knock out that Blastoise because then again, that tool card he has will just bring those energies right on another one of those Pokemon. At that point, I didn't need that stadium. He wasn't gonna do anything, and he gave up.